is a big day in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Holy moly! Man, woman, and child did that. Put him in the aisle.
Look at Tommy Frazier. How many tackles can one man break?
One of the great traditions in Big Ten football.
Touchdown, Wolverine.
You can feel the emotion. You can feel the excitement.
Charles Woodson, touchdown, Michigan!
The Nebraska Cornhuskers have come on to Memorial Stadium.
Wolverines of Michigan onto the field.
It's a launch of the Bryce Underwood era.
Dylan Raiola comes out. DR-15, as we like to call him. Raiola takes a snap. Back run to the end zone. Touchdown, Huskers!
Bryce Underwood under center. Makes a man miss to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska. It's possible that no other fan base loves their team more than the folks right here. 91,000 plus have showed up with Big Red, and the flyover gets us ready for the Big Ten opener between these two teams. The Home Depot Big Ten on CBS brings us to Memorial Stadium and Tom Osborne Field, and our matchup, the Cornhuskers of Nebraska against the number 21 Wolverines of Michigan. Welcome, everybody. I'm Brad Nussler. My partners are Gary Danielson and Jenny Dell. Gene Steratore will join us from New York. Well, partner, you and I have been here a lot. It's been a while, but this is the Big Ten opener, and these are two historic programs. Michigan, 12 national titles, one as recent as 2 years ago. Nebraska in the early 70s back-to-back, and in the early and mid-90s back-to-back. They want to get back to that level, and we kind of find out today, don't we?
But what's different nowadays is not just national titles. Both of these teams today can take that step to saying we can make a run at the playoffs. First things first for both of these teams as they rebuild to get back to those national championship
These
games.
fans think that Matt Rule in his third season can make some magic. He's done it before. At Temple, the third season was magical. Baylor, even better. And now Nebraska here in Game 4 trying to remain unbeaten. And we spent a lot of time with Matt yesterday. He's pretty optimistic.
It is. But I think if Matt Rule and this Nebraska program could pick the perfect team to play in this opening Big Ten game, it would be Michigan. You know, Ohio, Michigan, the bell cows of this conference. And he can turn his program around with a win against this team. 2 years, 3 games of work to get to this opener.
Well, a coaching situation is going to be a little bit different for Michigan, as Sharon Moore is gone for the second straight week due to a suspension. But you know what? Michigan's been here before and done it before. With more on that, here's Jenny.
Well, we're going to have acting head coach Vic Poggi as the coach on this one. His story is anything but conventional. A former hedge fund manager, then turned into a Baltimore high school legend. Then he was a head coach of Charlotte. And his history with Michigan, man, it runs deep. So Poggi was Jim Harbaugh's confidant. Now in his third stint with the Wolverines, he calls his bond with Sharon Moore like father and son. But due to those NCAA rules, he's been unable to communicate with him for over a week. Guys, he told me his job today is simple. Follow Moore's detailed script, keep things collaborative, and love on these players.
Well, the coaches might have been around a while, but the quarterbacks are pretty new. Two of the most highly recruited kids in maybe a decade, the quarterbacks today. One out of Detroit, one out of Buford, Georgia. Bryce Underwood, Dylan Raiola. Let's start with Bryce Underwood.
You know, Bryce Underwood had his kind of coming out party on the road against Oklahoma. It was not perfect, but you saw the beginning. And then next week against Central Michigan, they kind of opened it up. I mean, a 5-star guy, especially what happened to Michigan a year ago when their quarterback play was inadequate. This is the guy they think they can build around to take Michigan where they want to and expect to go. For
Dylan
Nebraska,
Raiola, on the other hand, second year, and he's off to a good start.
Absolutely. So the whole year last year, I feel, Dylan was getting ready and putting in the hard work for a game just like this. As you said, all unlimited ability, a year's work, and now he gets to do it against Michigan.
The Cornhuskers of Nebraska take their home field. They have lost 5 straight Big Ten openers. They want to turn that around today. And the Michigan Wolverines from Ann Arbor have won 5 straight Big Ten openers. They hope to keep that perfect this afternoon. The Home Depot Big Ten on CBS is sponsored by Discover, T-Mobile, FanDuel, and by IHG Hotels and Resorts. The Wolverines and the Cornhuskers. It'll be the 14th meeting all time between these two teams. 2 years ago in Michigan's national championship season, it was all Michigan, 45-7. As the smoke clears, we had some rain earlier this morning, and now it's perfect. 73 degrees, partly cloudy. And for the 406th consecutive time, a sellout crowd at Memorial Stadium. Michigan won the toss and deferred. So Beckham Sunderland's got it teed up for the Wolverines. Kenneth Williams and Isaiah Mosey will be back deep for the Cornhuskers. Michigan's lone loss to Oklahoma on the road. They should be kind of accustomed to this kind of scene after that game in Norman. More of the same here in Lincoln. In his second year, number 2 quarterback in the class 2 years ago, started every game last season, started off hot, then he hit a little lull in the middle, Gary, and then Dana Holgerson came in as offensive coordinator, and now he's comfortable again.
Yeah, and it's just a...
Bryce Underwood, heralded quarterback, number 1 overall recruit in the land. 4th true freshman to start at quarterback for the Wolverines. Had a really good game a week ago. A little bit overwhelmed at Oklahoma. And he's going to get the same kind of response here today from the Nebraska fans.
Yeah, the question.
Adam Zucker with this Jeep update. We had overtime on CBS Sports Network where Caleb Hawkins from North Texas runs in for the 4th time on the day. Army needs to answer last chance. Cale Helms too high for Noah Short. The Mean Green depart West Point 4-0. Back to Ness, Gary, and Jenny.
All right, Zook, thank you. North Texas, nice start to their season. And now it's time for Working on a Win, presented by the Home Depot. Acting head coach Biff Poggi, and some observations from the Biff.
I have a Labrador Retriever that could coach that guy. I mean, he's unbelievable. On Jay-Sean? Yes. The update? He might be a superhero. We're doing a DNA swab right now, but he could be. That's the update. He's fine. Today was, you saw a love letter from 120 young men to their football coach today.
He was talking about the 63-3 win over Central Michigan as he was the acting head coach in that one, too, in game 1 of Sharon Moore's suspension. This is game 2. Sharon will be back with the team, I think, at 12:01 a.m. tonight or tomorrow. I think somewhere around there.
That's
Sharon Moore, 2-game self-imposed ban last week and today. Allowed to coach up until 11:59. That's about the last time he got a text from Biff. This week hasn't been around the team at all. He'll serve a 1-game NCAA ban, first game of next year. But they've handled it well. When they've had an acting head coach in, be it for Sharon or Jim Harbaugh, they've won them all. And right now they're winning on this possession offensively as Tomorrow, you can count on CBS Sports for a fantastic NFL Week 3 lineup, including the Bengals and the Vikings. We'll see who's got the better backup quarterback. All starts at noon Eastern on a special throwback. You will be looking live on the NFL Today. Brent Musburger's back with JB and the guys celebrating 50 years of fun. You can catch our new morning pregame show, too, NFL Today Plus on Paramount Plus. And you can always count on the NFL on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. Brent back in the saddle.
Well, Brent, Hall of Famer now
That's right.
in the NFL and back on CBS.
That'll be fun. I think they're going to dress the part tomorrow, too, so you can't miss it. The DMV isn't where you typically think of going for laughs, but CBS is changing that with a new comedy called DMV. You don't want to wait in line. You don't have to wait in line. You just have to wait till Monday, October 13th on CBS. Gary, Wink Martindale's got to be happy with his defense.
And pick a number, 3 sacks already in this game, numerous pressures. Number 1, number 4, number 8, number 26. Barham, Guy, Moore, Benny. I mean, all different angles. And without a couple of Houdini moves early in the game, there could be 2 or 3 more sacks. Then the story of the game, that pass rush, even with 3 men on the last play, has been too much for Nebraska's offensive line.
There you see the sacks, the interception. Only 3 points allowed. And fair catch called for and taken by Joe Taylor. So Michigan will bring it out to the 25. As we take a look at the Discover Conference update. Rutgers with an attendance record in their loss to Iowa under the lights last night. Indiana and Illinois, first time both teams have been ranked, getting together since 1950. 37 FBS teams remain undefeated. 10 are in the Big Ten. That'll be a good one tonight, Illinois, Indiana. Here it's 10-3 Michigan, the number 21 team in the country. Nebraska trying to win at home in their Big Ten opener. They've lost 5 straight Big Ten openers.
Adam Zucker in New York. Coming up on the Geico Halftime Report, we'll get you caught up on the best of today's action, which right now includes Clemson perhaps on their way to a 1-3 start for the first time since 2004 at the hands of the Orange. Ricky Collins in for the injured Steve Angeli to Justice Russ Simmons. It is 34-14 into the 4th quarter now, guys.
Not happy in Death Valley right now. Let's check in with Jenny.
Well, guys, we've already talked about it on the broadcast. Dylan Raiola has heard all the Patrick Mahomes parallels. He told me, I wish the comparisons would disappear a bit. I have my own name. I'm proud of it. Now, still, Mahomes has become a mentor. Raiola said it's like a Kobe and Jordan relationship. He even joined him in the Chiefs locker room for their AFC title celebration. I asked what he follows the most, and he said Mahomes' feet. He's a pure passer, but when he gets out, he's dangerous.
Both these guys have shown why they are 5-star players, right, in this football game.
Underwood with a touchdown on the ground, 37-yarder. Dylan Raiola, 1 interception, but then the touchdown moments ago. The final 2 minutes of the first half is presented by the Active Cash Card from Wells Fargo. Justice Haynes had a 75-yard touchdown to open the second half against Oklahoma. And his 3rd career of 75-plus just moments ago. Coming up on the Geico Halftime Report, Zook and Aaron, Rick, and BJ will break down our game and catch you up on all the action from around the country. That's coming up on the Geico Halftime Report, which is just a little over a minute from now. Sometimes you think you've seen everything. And then you see something new or something old. In this case, something red heading to the locker room. The fans are going crazy in Lincoln. Ja'Cory Barney, up until last week, had not scored a touchdown in his Nebraska career. He had one last week. And now he answers a prayer on the final play of the second quarter. You can count that as a 75-yard drive in 7 plays, a little under 2 minutes. But really, it was 1 play for the touchdown, and Jennings with Matt Rule.
Coach, big-time plays were not going in your favor until that one. How do you keep that momentum going?
Just keep playing. I mean, everyone wanted, even the guys on the sideline wanted to take a knee. I mean, we're going to play. I mean, this is why you come to the University of Nebraska. Like, they're a good team. We're a good team. We're battling. Our guys can make plays. Corey with a great return. We're playing great defense other than 2 plays. 2 plays have hurt us. But, we're keeping the quarterback. He hasn't thrown the ball against us. So he's an excellent player. We're just going to have to keep playing.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Dylan Raiola, 2 touchdown passes in the second quarter. A walk-in with his coach. What an ending to the first half. The score, 17-17, as we send you to Adam Zucker in our New York studio for the Geico halftime report. Zuck?
Yes, for
the Home Depot Big Ten on CBS heads into the second half in Lincoln, Nebraska. We're deadlocked. Michigan 17, Nebraska 17. Michigan will have the football first to start the third quarter. They deferred on the coin toss. The fans all geared up, especially with the final play of the second quarter being a Nebraska touchdown to draw us even at 17. Kyle Cunanan to kick. And a fair catch taken. Michigan will bring it out to the 25-yard line. Welcome back to the booth, everybody. Brad and Gary, Jenny down on the field. Big plays, man. Yeah. They're fun to watch. A couple of them shouldn't have happened, probably.
For sure, like the last one. But Michigan scores on 2 plays on first down. 37 yards and 75 yards. Nebraska scores, what, 3rd and 4th down?
Right.
Well, play that they probably shouldn't have got off. It looked like Nebraska did not want to do anything. Argument between the head coach and Dana. And all of a sudden they go, oh, might as well throw one. And it ends up working.
And they threw one.
Crazy finish.
And Barley with the touchdown. That's where we are at 17.
Well, Coach Pogge really trying to keep things in perspective after that Hail Mary to go into the half. He said, we're trying to keep the main thing, that's the focus in here. And he said, hey, guys, if this is a heavyweight fight, I really like our chances.
It's going to be a fight for the next 2 quarters for sure. And our game trends presented by Subway. Raiola 210 yards and 2 touchdowns and an interception. Haynes over 100 yards, including a 75-yard score. And Ja'Cory Barney with a breakout first half. 96 yards receiving, 52 of those on the Hail Mary to end the second quarter for his second touchdown.
Stats look a lot different with that last play, don't they?
They sure do. Next Saturday, 3:30 Eastern on CBS, it'll be a big-time test for the top-ranked Buckeyes at one of college football's loudest stadiums. Ohio State goes on the road and takes on Washington. We'll get you set for kickoff starting at 2:30 for the State Farm College Football today, right here on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Well, Michigan had that one drive coming out early in the game from backed up, and this is the first time Nebraska's been backed up like this. They've had good field position.
The Home Depot Big Ten on CBS is sponsored by Chipotle, Modelo, the Home Depot, and by the U.S. Army.
Well, the last drive, Michigan started out with a pass play that worked very well. They got to get their quarterback. It's one thing to be saying, we don't want to let the quarterback early in his career lose something, but you still got to use him a little bit more. You need to get him in the offense. Remember, this Michigan team at wide receiver, 22 games consecutively without a wide receiver gaining 100 yards.
The 25. Survivor is always evolving, and in 4 days, 18 players will make their mark on Survivor history. Survivor returns CBS Wednesday and streaming on Paramount+. Let's stream down to Jenny Dell.
It is loud down here, guys. Sellout number 406 here at Memorial Stadium, the longest streak in college football. Now, Coach Biff Pogge, he told me the stadium is one of the hardest places to play in the country, loud and raucous. And Dylan Raiola said there's no better place to play. Our fans come out, they're loud, they're crazy. We even sell alcohol in our stadium now, so whatever that means, it adds a little edge to them.
Well, they got 7 minutes and 43 seconds more to buy alcohol. It ends at the end of the third quarter. Tuesday at 9 Eastern over on CBS Sports Network. Join the Inside College Football crew as they break down all of the Week 4 mayhem and look ahead to next week's action. And there's been some mayhem here in Nebraska today. As we take a look at news and notes from around college football. Army-Navy honored with the Distinguished American Award. Clemson's off to a terrible start. Colorado's getting Ralphie 7 ready to roll. Ralphie 6 just said, you know what, I like just sitting out in the field and chewing some grass. And again, to take you back, second season at Baylor, a breakout win over Oklahoma State, and then beating Iowa State in season 3. Now they'd like to put with us question marks is a win over Michigan.
Yeah, I think this would be the biggest of his career, though. This is the one he wants to turn this program. The hope of going forward.
A one-score game. Jenny was with Matt Rule just minutes ago.
First time going into the fourth quarter trailing this season. How do you respond?
Just keep playing. I mean, we're battling. We just moved a lot on the field. We got to make a field goal kick here. You know, we had to stop the run. I mean, our pass defense is fine. We keep giving up explosive runs. Frustrating. Credit to them. So we're going to have to stop the run, make the quarterback throw the ball, and try to kick a field goal here to make it a one-score game. Good football game.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
A one-score game it is, 27-20. That capped a 55-yard drive and 12 plays for Nebraska. A little over 5.5 minutes to get it to 27-20. And in one-possession games, it has not gone well for the last two Nebraska coaches. Interception. 20, 15, 10. Touchdown.
Backside pressure comes. He spun around.
Got a man. Touchdown, Nebraska.
Outside the numbers at the 20, 15, 10. Touchdown.
Viola plants, launches, far right side of the end zone. Jump ball. Was it caught? Was it caught?
Unreal.
Touchdown, Huskers.
That's a look at our IHG Hotel and Resorts game recap. Big plays all the way around. Michigan running the ball well. Raiola throwing it. He's been on a roll. And the Wolverines defense has been so solid sacking the quarterback. Game of big plays, partner.
Yeah, in the fighting, John, here, haymakers, right? Five
right.
of them, 3 for Michigan, 2 for Nebraska. Let's see what the next one is. It's been on the ground for one side, in the air for Nebraska. Football game, as Matt Rule said to Jenny, it's a football game. We're in it. If we kick a field goal here, we're right there.
So let's see who can come off the stool in their corner and finish the fight off in the next 14 minutes.
Yeah.
The Home Depot Big Ten on CBS is sponsored by Chewy, Allstate, Chili's, and by FedEx. Michigan's defense, how many sacks today? 7?
7 sacks. I think there have been at least 7 flush outs where Viola had to avoid the sack. That's 14, 15 different times that this defensive line and an extra linebacker sometimes has affected the quarterback the best way you can.
Jenny's got more on the defense.
Yeah, defensive improvement has been a major focus for Michigan. On film, it came down to 3 things: eyes, hand placement, and angles. Ernest Hausman, he stressed the need for both physical and mental endurance, guys, especially late in the games. You're seeing it out here today.
So on that last third down, Justin Haynes on 3rd and 10 rips it off for 19 yards. Tonight on CBS, second game of our college football doubleheader. It's all about the Apple Cup. Washington takes on Washington State. That's tonight at 7:30 here on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
I think there was a mix-up on this play right now. Nebraska takes the timeout. They really had 11 guys out here, but I don't think this guy knows what he's doing. He's looking back and saying, am I out here? Am I not out here? And that's what forced the timeout by Nebraska.
Adam Zucker with a Jeep update. Oregon's Dante Moore, a career high, 4 touchdown passes to 4 different players, in the Ducks 41-7 throttling of their in-state rivals, beating the Beavers for the 9th straight time. They head to Penn State for a whiteout next week. Guys, back to you.
That'll be a big one in Happy Valley. Thanks, Zuck. 30-20 here. Michigan Just one blemish on their record. That was the loss at Oklahoma, and now here in Lincoln, their second half possessions.
The last one right there, when the game on the line, 15-play drive, and then handed it to the field goal kicker for a chip shot.
Well, the quarterback comparisons, one's doing it with his legs, one's doing it with his arm, and Dylan Raiola now is going to have to do it with his arm. And with just 2 timeouts, Gary, timing is everything.
Absolutely. I mean, it is a time now. They're in 2-minute drill the whole way, and the whole goal here is to score before that 2-minute timeout. That way you can get the ball back with time to score again. Whether it, sure, touchdown, yes, but field goal helps them to make it a 1-score game too.
And for Nebraska, their upcoming schedule, idle next week, then Michigan State, Maryland, and so forth down the line.
Those are 4 winnable games before the USC game. They could climb back in it. Nebraska could. I mean, nothing's easy, but there's 4 games that they should compete in. Michigan, by the way, has a very favorable schedule in the Big Ten this year. They don't play number 2 Penn State, number 6 Oregon, number 9 Illinois, and number 19 Indiana, and they have Ohio State at home.
That's about the best you can do.
That's about the best you could do.
So Michigan's going to go to 3-1, and Nebraska's going to fall to 3-1. Heck of a football game. Nice job by Vic Poggi, the acting head coach. He'll turn the reins back over to Sharon Moore. About 12:01 tomorrow morning, I think, is when Sharon can come back to work.
Yeah, in a rebuilding year, this is a huge win. And now Michigan is in the thick of it.
As I mentioned before the game even started, and Jenny commented on it, somehow Michigan finds a way with an acting head coach to keep on winning. They won another one. And a disappointment for the folks here in Lincoln, who, as always, show out big for their team. So now it's time for our play of the game, presented by Jersey Mike Subs. And here's how Doug Karsh called it for Michigan Radio.
2nd down and 2. Underwood, snap, hand off to Marshall. He's got room, 50, 45, 40. Jordan Marshall in the clear, 30, 20, 10. There he goes. Jordan Marshall to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines, 54 yards, and Michigan extends the lead.
And that's our play of the game, presented by Jersey Mike Subs. And Jenny is with the winning quarterback. Jenny?
All right, Bryce, your first Big Ten win, your first win on the road. What are you going to remember most from this one?
That we got to go back home, cross our T's, dot our I's, and be the best we can be for next week. So
you're able to have some big plays out there with your legs. How much pride do you take in being able to show that you could do it all?
Honestly, that's what I worked for, so it's a lot of pride there for sure. So
you got to imagine that your coach is watching this right now, Sharon Moore. What are you hoping he takes away from this win?
Back to square one, fix what we missed, and be the best us for next week. So
we saw you had a nice interaction with Dylan Raiola at the end of the game. What'd you say to him?
Had an amazing game, of course. Just be great. That's all.
Congratulations on the win.
I appreciate you.
Well, that's some freshman answers to some veteran questions.
Yeah, the key is don't say anything, basically, right?
Well, that's going to wrap it up from Lincoln. And a great game in the Big Ten opener, and Michigan wins it 30-27. That's going to wrap it up for Gary, Jenny, Gene Steratore, our entire CBS crew. Brad Nessler saying so long from Lincoln. Final score, Michigan 30, Nebraska 27. Stay tuned for more college football action tonight on CBS with Washington taking on Washington State. But first, we're going to send you back over to Adam Zucker and company for the U.S. Army postgame show right after these messages. We'll see you at Washington against top-ranked Ohio State next Saturday.